Hey guys, and welcome back to another crypto video. Today I want to talk with you guys about Digibyte, EOS, and NEO, and I'm very excited because I have not done a video like this in quite a while. Now guys, make sure that you press the like button because if we hit 250 likes within 24 hours on this video, we're going to be giving away $50 worth of crypto. If you want to win that, all you need to do is make sure you have a comment in the comment section, make sure you comment something in the Discord, and make sure you have the notification bell on. That is it. So now first off here, we're going to be talking about EOS, then NEO, and then Digibyte. New Java and Swift software development kits for EOS released by Block.one. So what is really cool about these software development kits, which is what SDKs are, is that now they will actually get a lot more developers on EOS. I'm assuming here, I'm actually thinking that would be what happens. So EOS's SDKs provide great deal of flexibility. By allowing developers to create apps for Android and iOS using both Swift and Java programming languages, Block.one aims to promote the development of compelling native EOS powered experiences for mobile users throughout the world. And I think this, for them implementing some kits, is actually really smart, incentivizing some of the developers to hop on the platform and start developing on here instead of somewhere like Tron or any other place. Even though on Tron it is quite simple with Java as well, but you guys get the idea. They're incentivizing people to hop on. Chinese Binance investor says EOS is nothing but a scam. This was a heavy article that came out. A lot of controversy, a lot of engagement, a lot of people went to talk about this. So, a fraud allegation has been raised against Dan Larimer's EOS blockchain project. Known as Chen Weijing, the crypto tycoon who is an investor of Binance said a number of crypto fraudsters are making the blockchain industry tough for investors. According to Coindesk, Weijing made the declaration on his Weibo handle while expressing dismay at the way some of his friends fell victim to the economic disaster introduced by the fraudsters. Also, the CEO of Fun City, an app development firm, and an ex-founder of Chinese ride-hailing app Kuaidi Dache, Chen said the train of fraudulence in the blockchain industry needs to be checked, and some people should always take moral responsibility for misappropriations. Else, shell games like EOS and VDS will put the industry in disarray. So I found this quite interesting. I didn't actually expect anybody to really publicly speak about EOS like that, especially not a crypto tycoon or possibly a billionaire. I don't even know. The capitalist in his explanation said that even though EOS is a very innovative project, it is full of deceitful claims like millions of transactions per second and next generation operation system, price manipulation, obscured fundraising schemes, among others. So these are all things that they claim, millions of TPS. I've never seen that before, but possibly they've written it somewhere, which is to a certain extent not true, to a very far extent. Next generation operation system, just depends on how you see next gen, right? I guess that can always be true. Price manipulation happens with really any coin, so that's not that strange. And obscured fundraising schemes, I don't know too much about that. They say there's even more than that. Chen added that EOS is a pure fraud. They moved from being nothing in America to becoming a king in China. What an example of a successful crypto scam. They were once nobody in America, yet they turned to gods in China thanks to another bunch of swindlers who cheated investors out of billions of dollars to buy planes and villas, Chen stated. So, this guy is definitely not a EOS fan here, EOS fan. It's definitely interesting to see. While disclosing his stance on VDS, the veteran entrepreneur who also invested in Tron and Qtum, said it is a fraudulent investment designed with transparent and fair rules. Again, that actually sounds kind of contradictory. Fraudulent investment designed with transparent and fair rules. That's kind of contradictory, right? A Ponzi scheme designed by some clever men. That is what VSD is. Again, that's not about EOS, but it integrates multiple blockchain technologies and adopts transparent and fair rules, making it more acceptable than EOS, he continued. Chen proclaimed that his expectation for the crypto world is not being met, as he gets disappointed often. If money is God in this world, all those who embezzle the funds raised from the public by telling endless lies would be pardoned. Followers and believers lose their wealth, regardless of whether or not it is a bull market. Les Miserables, that's maybe a quote from Les Miserables, I don't know. I have expected too much from the crypto world, and the more I expect, the more disappointed I am, Chen asserted. So, what do you guys think on this? Do you think he is just saying this because he has better goals for the price of EOS going down because he wants more, or do you think this is just because he has a point, or whatever. He doesn't really give us any valid, real literal points. He does have a general point, though, of saying it is a scam for his reasons, as he stated right here. So he has reasons, though if they're fair, if they should be believed and if we should add value to them is another question. EOS CEO calls for one token, one vote, claims it is critical to the ongoing integrity of the crypto. Here's Dan Latimer, and this is, of course, one of the reasons why people are always skeptical with EOS because of the decentralization issues. And I also find a lot of articles which are saying that EOS is just way too centralized for their own good and things like that popping up. But Brandon Bloomer here said, "It's my personal opinion that one token, one vote is critical to the continued integrity of EOS by ensuring block producers remain aligned with the will of the community." And that is, I don't even want to start with the whole centralization issue and the voting issues with EOS, as I personally have not found too many issues with it, but since people are always complaining about it, I don't even want to get started today, guys. I think we should make a separate video talking about the voting in EOS. One token, one vote eliminates the ability for vote trading to cement cartels. This sounds really positive, right? Again, people will always think of negative sides to this as well. If a whale voted for 2 people, each would receive 50% of their votes. One token, one vote claims it's critical to the ongoing integrity. Man, it's always a difficult thing, guys, because it's always difficult. Brandon Bloomer, the chief executive officer at Block One, the company behind the 6th largest crypto of the market cap, spoke about the importance of one EOS token having only one vote in the EOS network. Bloomer first proposed this solution in January. However, nothing has changed in the voting mechanism, and the community is trying to get rid of this cartel. Currently, the community is having a poll on reducing the inflation rate from 5% to 1% in order to avoid unnecessary funds being accumulated in the savings account of the EOS. The community is also concerned that this large quantity of accumulated funds could become an attack vector for the network. Please check out how voting works on EOS if you have no idea, but this is a very interesting proposal, very interesting idea, but we've definitely seen multiple ideas come by over the last months, and I've covered this multiple times when I used to do EOS videos on the daily, I think. We used to do a lot of them. So here's Brandon Bloomer. Why did I have a picture of Daniel Latimer, though? Or is that the same? No, it's not the same guy. What am I saying here? It's kind of interesting why they put a picture of Daniel and then have Brendan's face on here. This is the CEO of Block One. This is probably the founder of EOS, right? If I'm wrong on anything, just let me know, guys. Just let me know. Just let me know about everything. Moving on to Neo. Something, again, quite interesting. This article does not have that much to do with the coin itself, but Neo co-founder Eric Zhang, setting up a blockchain business is easier than ever. The co-founder of Neo explains his journey into blockchain and why now is the best time to start a blockchain-based business. This is a must-read to anybody who is actually looking into starting in a blockchain project and kind of wonders what it really takes and what happens in this space and why so many new projects are popping up. And how it really works a little bit better. I recommend everybody to just quickly read through it. When did you set up your company? In 2014, I met with Da Hongfei to build on the AntShares concept, the first public blockchain project initiated in China, which eventually went on to become Neo, as it is now known. That is something I thought a lot of you guys did not know, so I wanted to quickly mention that as well. But this is a good article. The links are always shown in the top here if you want to check any of them out. Neo sets sight on $20 with proposed centralized blockchain. Oh, guys, this is yet another claim of centralization like we're seeing every day, day in, day out with all of these blockchain projects. It's insane how many haters, fudsters, and people like that are in the space. According to Neo founders, the centralization of his blockchain will bring speed and scalability needed to power transactions on the network. And I'm wondering if they themselves said the little things in this quote, right? Did they themselves point this out, or was this just taken out of different context? Because we all know that Neo and centralization do fall into one pocket a little bit, but for them to really write it like that, I don't know. Neo has made clear its intentions to take on Bitcoin and Ethereum, yet these two are a little bit more decentralized. The asset is currently working on increasing speed and scalability with a planned upgrade to a centralized blockchain. I have so many questions, I have so many doubts in what is best, but NEO is not one of the coins that I'm really that much into. I don't check them out on a daily basis like I do with EOS and Digibyte, or almost daily. NEO is something I just seem to just see whenever there's a really interesting or really trending article, but most of the time I'm kind of slipping away from it ever since I had some issues with them a few months back already. I think it's like half a year or almost a year ago already. I've not really covered them too much, not looked into them that much, but this video is just to kind of start the momentum back up, to see what coins you guys like, to see what coins you should cover, and then move forward from there. NEO's selling point is the ability to establish a full smart economy with digital assets, smart contracts, and a digital identity. All these products can be utilized for real-world applications alongside being incorporated in the real economy. Once the blockchain has been rolled out, we can start witnessing its value on the price of NEO. If successful, NEO might hit the $20 mark. By the time of writing, NEO was trading at $11.28 with a market cap of $733 million. And NEO, a price of $20, is not that astonishing, not that crazy. The all-time high is 195, and I remember that like it was yesterday. So again, if you're talking about these coins, this is one of the only price predictions that I think is really realistic for a shorter term here. It is definitely looking possible, definitely looking bloomy as well. And NEO is actually only one of the only coins doing astonishingly good in the market cap right now. So that is all the more reason why it is going to be going to $20 relatively soon. Do I really need to explain why, guys? If you're into NEO, you probably know, but recently the Foundation unveiled its roadmap dubbed NEO 3.0. The Foundation is set to support large-scale commercial applications with blockchain tech, and this large-scale commercial applications is again where people start to really go berserk and start to really hop onto such a project because they like. All right, personally I like it as well, but a lot of people like it even more than me or than I do because of the applications, literally, because of the use cases, and because of how many people actually. It's kind of a domino effect. Because such a thing happens, the bigger players start to hop in, and because those bigger players start to hop in, a lot of smaller players hop in because the big players do so, and those big players did so because of the new applications, and just kind of goes back in a circle as well. And the more people that hop on, the more that they can do, and the more that they will do. So it's kind of a circle, but it's a very positive one. And the latest developments will focus on scalability and security, an optimized smart contract system, and a feature-packed infrastructure set for diverse business applications. New Econolabs releases first bi-weekly development summary of May. So here was actually almost anything that you need to know. All right, if you are interested, just check this website out. There's so much information here. It is insane, all right? I don't know how much you guys need, but I personally thought this was a very cool website to check out for some information. Yeah, I don't know how much of this you guys really like, though, but yeah, I guess you can check it out. New Econolabs has released its development report for the first half of May, in which it notes further progress on the NNS, DEX, Timo Extension Wallet, and other projects, and I've seen it all come by so many times that I don't know what to update for you guys, but if you did not know about anything right here, just quickly pause it and read through. Otherwise, it's just too, I don't know, guys. I really don't know what's too basic and what is new. All right, all these things are kind of old, so do you need a summary from me? Do I need to cover summaries like this? Do I need to give you guys more updates on NEO? Do I need to give you guys some more deeper stuff, some insides which you guys don't really see up front like this? Like, this is all not new information, this is all old, but it's an update and a summary. But I personally have already seen it come by 50,000 times, even though I don't focus on NEO, so that's why I don't really know what you guys as NEO supporters really like to hear about. But quickly, to give you guys some food for thought then. To begin to report, NEL noted the completion of the static page for its domain name trading services. This includes modules for the selling market, the buying market, transaction history, open orders, order initiation, and other related details. The team also completed the account setting page, which was kind of cool. They're almost done with that. DAPI proposal, while NEL has continued to contribute to the NEO DAPI standard proposal, including several newly proposed methods and events that have now been included in the proposed standard, and of course the Timo extension wallet, which was quite cool. Timo is expected to release for mid-May and can now be downloaded for the Chrome Web Store. The majority of changes made to Timo extension wallet in May have been focused on user experience, which is kind of cool, but I personally am not going to use it and don't really use it anyway, so It doesn't matter too much for me. The rest here is not that interesting. This part is a little bit, but not too much. Da Hongfei, NEO is deliberately more centralized than Bitcoin, and we know that. We already discussed that a few times. We know why. We know how. The only question is, what is better? NEO founder Da Hongfei argues that NEO's centralization will help it compete with Bitcoin and Ethereum because it is different, but that also makes them, faster and more scalable, as we can see in the beginning here. The only question is about what you really like more and what you're going into crypto for. That is often discussed, and what is also often discussed is, is it really cryptocurrency then if it's so centralized? If they deliberately do it, why? Right? Why would they still consider it crypto? Why would they go for such a route? Only to become faster, more scalable, and to really keep up with the rest of these projects by being centralized then? I don't know. If you're comparing NEO to Bitcoin, it is more centralized. That's intentional. We want to keep it more efficient, he said. And of course, any centralized system is more efficient than a decentralized one. Well, at least from my personal opinion, any centralized system can work faster and more scalable. I don't know if it's more efficient because you often need a middleman for things, but in the truest form, it is more efficient because you can just do things a lot quicker. Though it does take away, of course, decentralization, of course, a little bit of freedom there, and it's always a hard takeoff or a hard measure, hard way off to conclude. It's hard to pick a side, and I personally don't know where I'm standing on the whole situation. On-chain governance is another difficult issue for NEO, which is something we've seen for a long time. Oh wait, let's actually start from here. This is also important. Hongfei conceded that the end goal is to make NEO more decentralized, but it's hard to see how this will happen since the weight of the blockchain is rapidly growing in size and is becoming prohibitively expensive to run a consensus node. And there the question is, can they ever turn decentralized really? Because it's only getting more expensive and they're only growing bigger, so scalability is going to be more and more of an issue. On-chain governance is another difficult issue for NEO. It's that one that has affected many proof-of-stake blockchains, where token holders are eligible to vote for proposals for blockchain updates, and one that EOS has been struggling with too. It is difficult to incentivize the holders to vote, definitely agree with that. It is a problem in real-life governance too. That's also definitely true. We are exploring novel methods to incentivize people to vote, but even if they were to give out money for people to vote or whatever they do, there's still going to be tons of people who don't give a shit, or they don't know how to do it, or they just keep their funds somewhere where they don't want to touch. And I can definitely understand for any of these bigger projects that incentivizing these people to give their votes is just extremely difficult, and whenever these bigger players do vote, people seem to call it centralized. It is an interesting issue, but I really personally don't know how to fix it either. And now to end it off with Digibyte here. Digibyte CEO Jared Tate calls for developers to help build Digibyte mobile wallet. Digibyte wants your help. Finally, a project can admit that they just want to grow and they need everybody to hop on and help them out. Jared Tate here losing a little bit of his pride by saying, calling all developers, if you want to help contribute to Digibyte blockchain development, we would love JavaScript and mobile development experience to help us get Digi assets streamlined into the Digibyte mobile wallets for a flawless user experience. I just really find that amazing. He gives a little bit of his pride by saying he can't, or to a certain extent doesn't really want to, or doesn't have the connections yet to really make it himself. He gives some of that pride, but then again deserves a lot of respect to just ask for help to make something even better than it already is, and to make sure that things don't go wrong, guys. So this is something that really should be admired. It's amazing for a person to set aside his pride to ask a thing like this. You can also say, all right, but it's a community effort. Well, okay. Sure, whatever you say, dude, but still, for him to kind of say that he needs you or he wants you, calling all developers is something that takes a little bit of pride away, because you're kind of admitting that, either your community is not strong enough to do it themselves, or that you do not have the connections to make sure it's secure. On the contrary, though, you could also see that this is just a security measure to make sure that nobody can find invulnerabilities, or make sure that it's really, really optimized. But both are just really positive things, so I'm really also positive about the situation. last but not least, Digibyte. We're still not fully bullish, but endurance is critical. Is Digibyte a bad investment? No, not at all. I've seen countless of articles come out over the last months or so asking if Digibyte is dead. And of course, my answer to that question is always no, guys. It is not dead. I don't know why you guys seem to think that all the time. And I still think this is actually a good investment to go for. How to interpret the situation for Digibyte? Is Digibyte a bad investment? Well, no, not at all. Some altcoins have fared very well over the last few days, but if you look at the altcoin space as a whole, the big picture will show you that the altcoin's real momentum is yet to arrive. That is something that I agree with as well. All these small little movements that these coins are making right now, that Digibyte may not be that into yet, might change really soon, or relatively soon here, as yeah, the bigger run still has to happen. We're not there yet. We're just starting out. And we're finally getting a little bit of those gains back, a little bit of the positive attitude back. And that is also what's making these cryptocurrencies rise a little bit. Digibyte, though, might be a late bloomer. We can actually check it out how it did last year. In December, it did not rise either. It was also a January run-upper. But even later than XRP, it bloomed, because it bloomed at around the 7th of January. Well, XRP went 3rd and 4th of January, and Bitcoin went, of course, a long time before that, already to its highest point. But I think Digibyte might also be a late bloomer in this as well, where it's just going to go hard once a lot of these other coins have already been established at the top, and then might do a little bit better than the rest of them. We're going to see, though, guys. It is something that it's really left up for the future. It's so hard to predict, and I don't really want to speculate on it too much, as most of what I'll say is just going to be wrong. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys, but make sure you press the like button on this video and comment something down below, because of course I like to give you guys updates. If you have any suggestions how I can make these videos better, make sure you let me know. And make sure you check out Free Bitcoin today for some free Bitcoin. Make sure you check out Instagram. My name on there is TheDustyBC. Follow me on Twitter, TheDustyBC, and make sure you buy yourself a hard wallet so you don't have to keep your funds on exchanges, guys. Go ahead and do it now. It is worth it. Buy yourself a hardware wallet. I cannot express enough how important this stuff is. If you don't know what it does, check it out. Read on this website. It keeps your funds safe. Binance got hacked, guys. If your funds on our exchanges, they're not yours, get it in your head. Buy yourself a hardware wallet. It's worth the investment. But thank you guys all for watching. This is not financial advice, by the way. And yeah, have a nice day.